So, my able professors, ladies and gentlemen, today we want to continue with our law of contract or contract law. I think the last time we were able to at least appreciate, digest, and demystify certain terms and conditions under this topic. Today, we are still moving on, specifically going to look at about 4 other elements of a contract. And then I'll give you my case study for you to go and apply the knowledge you have acquired so far from our discussions. And I believe that is fair. It's a fair play. Okay, so before we start, please, any of you to quickly sum up what we discussed last Monday or Tuesday. Yes, last Tuesday. Yes. Any summaries from my professors, please? I beg you. I know you know. Tell me, and let's move on. Today, I don't want to keep you for long, so we'll look at the element, and I'll give you that case study to go and digest. I wanted to do the group one, but no, I want individual opinions and versions. So, what did we discuss last week on contracts or law of contracts? Should I start mentioning names? No, I don't want to mention name. Please put up your hand. Let me call you. If not, then each and every one of you is going to talk. Okay, so first on my list, alphabetically, Bright. Prof. Bright Champon. What did you pick up last week as highlights from the topic contract law? Pamocho, your time ni santia na wanza na ntemne ya kwa Mr.
Please learn about the elements of contracts, types of, and how to discharge a contract.
Okay.
So a contract is a legally binding agreement between two or more parties that is enforceable by law. Like it's what you call enforced by law.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember you asked about agreement.
Okay, yes. So Bright, hold on there. Thank you very much for the brief. So Bright gave us a highlight of some of the things that we have to learn under the law of contracts. And he stated the types of contract, the meaning or the definition, and the element and vitiation of contract, the factors that can make a contract defective. Thank you. So let me go to Prof. Carl. Prof. Carl, what do you remember? Do you remember any case or anything that we discussed? Please share with us. Okay, let me make my question specific so that professors will not be bothered. Prof. Carl, can you give us one case we discussed the last time, like in the form of A versus B, but put the names there? And then maybe you can give us a brief of that case. Do you remember any of the cases we cited last week? Well, if you couldn't stay through the class, let me know so that I don't put you on the spot, okay? Because I think some of you had network issues. And I'm also here to share the videos. I'll do that by close of today. So if there's anything I'd like them. So Prof. Carl, should I go and come? Or you are trying to remember? I think we looked at about 5 or 6 cases, yes. Okay, let me go to Janelle. I'll come back to Prof. Carl. Janelle, do you remember any of the cases we discussed?
Sir, please. Kwame versus Akosia.
Yes, that was one of them, but please, give us the actual cases that were ruled, for which is accepted as a better precedence to use in making judgment. Okay, the Kwame and Akosua was just a Mr. Amwa design case. Okay, so so well, you have remembered that one, so I'll give it to you. But if you can give us one of the classical cases, yes.
Carlo versus Carbolic Smokeball Company.
Great. So that was Mrs. Kaleo versus Carbolic Smokeball Company. Please, who can give us a brief of that case? What was it about? What was the case about? Should I continue with my alphabetical order? Because after Janelle is Josephine. Yes, Prof. Mora, you are welcome. I admire your resilience despite the network challenges. Okay. So Josephine, let's hear you.
Okay, sir. So the Carbolic Smoke Company, they made an agreement with the customers that whoever tries their medicinal device, that they are going to give the person £100. And then they even made a transaction of £1,000. And then Mrs. Carlo went to buy the product and then tried it, and she still contracted the disease. So she went to the company to demand her money, but then they didn't give it to her. So she sent the case to the court.
Thank you very much. Now, professors, it's important that you pay attention to these cases because in exams, you may have to quote these cases to support your explanations for certain things. Okay, so don't just throw them away. They are very important. Okay, so let me spare the rest of you with it. I think we'll continue. So we looked at law of contract. We defined it. We defined agreement. Remember, we also looked at the difference between a contract and a promise. However, we went on to indicate circumstances that can make a promise become enforceable or become a contract. I think we cited few cases to support that. Now let's move on to the element which we started last week. And these elements are the key conditions or the factors that makes an agreement enforceable. Okay. Or for there to be a contract, these elements must be present. And I think we all remember one of them was the offer and acceptance. That if there's going to be a contract between two parties, there should be an offer and there should be an acceptance. We realized or we concluded that offer is the beginning of every contract. And what is an offer? It is a proposal. However, it should be clear and definite, specific, okay, made by one party, and the person who makes the offer is called the offeror, okay, and the person to whom the offer or the proposal is made is the offeree. So take note of that. And then we went on to also look at certain, things about an offer being oral or written or implied by conduct. Implied by conduct here means that the person might not open his mouth to say it, that's orally, or write it, but by way of his conduct, how the person behaves. For example, if I come to your home and I say, fetch me a cup of water and I'll give you 100 Ghana cedis. If you don't reply oral or in writing, but then you go to the kitchen, fetch the water and bring, that is by implication, okay, by virtue of your conduct. Okay, and it must be communicated. You can't just have an offer and put it in your head. You have to communicate that offer to whoever you want to have the contract with. Now, today I want to dive a little bit deeper into this offer and something else, okay? These were some of the cases we looked at. Taylor versus Laird, about, the one party navigating the ship to the owner, and because the person did not give prior notice, it was determined that there was no offer for any acceptance for any contract to be in session. And then I think also look at the Hyde versus Wrench, where Hyde took Wrench to court because Wrench offered to sell his farm to him for £1,000. Okay. But then Hyde agreed to the offer, but with a condition that no, I will not pay the 1,000. I want to pay something lesser. And that is, he wanted the reduction of £50. So he wanted to pay 950. Now in law, we are saying if somebody makes you an offer and you accept with the condition, then that original offer is terminated. So what happens is that you are now given a counter offer. Okay. And it's for the person to either accept or reject. And in this case, I think Wrench rejected the counter offer because Hyde was given a counter offer to his original 1,000. Okay. And of course, he didn't win the case because the court ruled that he gave a counter offer which Wrench didn't agree to. Now, today I want us to look at something: offer and invitation to treat. These are key terms that you might not see it in your manual, but it's very important. So I want to introduce my professors to it. Offer and invitation to treat. Professors, let me ask you. You go to a shop and then you see a bottle of wine. Hey, no, wine is too. You people, you shouldn't take wine. No. Okay, communion wine. Communion wine, that one has no alcoholic. Please don't go and take any alcoholic thing. It's not good for you. Wait till you mature. So communion wine. And then you see a price tied to it, say 50 cedis. Has it ever happened to you that when you go to the counter to make payment, I think this thing happens for those of us who go to Melcom, you see the price tag, 50 cedis. When you get to the counter, the person will tell you, oh, it's it's 100 cedis. How many of you have experienced that? If you have, let me put up your hand. Let me acknowledge. You go to a shop, the price tag is 20 cedis. You go to the counter and it is 35 cedis. Has it happened to you before? Bright says yes. Apart from Bright, the rest of you don't buy anything. Okay, Na says, okay, great. So my question to is, at that point, do you feel that you can sue the shop? Because in a way, you feel like they are deceiving you. Do you think you would win if you sue them? Yes, Prof. Na.
Sir, please, I don't think so. Because if you ask them, they'll say some is old, like an old something that they have owed.
Yeah, they'll say it's an old price and they haven't. That is Na's view, that if you sue, you might not win. Is there any other opinion that you feel that if you take this to court, you win? Yes, Bright.
So please, if you take it to court, I'll win. Because it seems like Kojo is selling it 100 cedi. I bring 100 cedis to buy. Now you are telling me it's 1,000 cedi. No, if I go to court, I can win.
Okay.
Because wrote 1,000 cedi there, and now 100 cedi there. Now you're telling me it's 1,000 cedi.
But your aggressiveness in law, I can imagine you in the courtroom. Anyway, let me hear from Augustine. Augustine, I'll call it.
Sir, please, you will not win.
Why?
I said because, for example, it is me, my business. You have come to my business, you want to buy something. The price is 100 cedis, and I am telling you, you come to buy it. I told the thing is 120. It's my business. If you not buy, clear off and go your way. If you buy it, you pay your money.
The business owner is angry, say clever, but you know the customer is always right. Let me get more reactions from my professors. Nadum, do you want to add? Bridget, I hope today your microphone is okay. Portia, you want to comment on this one?
No, sir.
Okay. You feel you have no case?
Please, no. I'll just abide with what they'll say.
Okay. Okay. I wanted to hear from Nadum, but I don't know. Prof. Ajimai, Mike. Okay, I think there's a hand up. Let me see who that is. Yeah. Yeah, Prof. Na.
Yes, sir, please, in a situation, apart from maybe it's an old price, in a situation where maybe you see me coming and you think I'm some rich person, so you increase the price. And then at that point, I think I'll sue you for that, and I may win because I can use someone for an example that, or maybe the person was just walking and then the person came to buy, and then you just gave the person without offer. But when you saw me with maybe a big car or something, you saw that I was rich and you decided to increase the price. So with that, yeah, I'll see you.
Okay. Any comment from Michael or Nadum? Mora, I don't know if you want to share your opinion on this. Bridget, Jeremy, and then Irama, and then Caleb. Any thoughts from any of you? Bright is HM, but Bright, hold on. Okay, so you see, all of you are making very interesting arguments, but it is lacking some ingredient. And that ingredient is you are not backing it by law, right? So I was going to ask, what if you go to the counter and then the price, the initial price, which was 35, has now reduced to 10 cedis? Would you have taken that to court? I'm not sure you would. You'll be glad that, oh, well, if it is lower, then that's fine. So it's not always the case that when you feel that, oh, you are being cheated, you may be right. No. So I gave this scenario for us to understand that there are certain things that do not necessarily, mean someone is giving you an offer. Sometimes it's just an invitation to treat. And what is invitation to treat? An invitation to treat is an invitation to a party for that party to negotiate or make an offer. It is not a binding proposal, but rather an indication of willingness to consider offers. So if you go to the shop and you see that price tag on a product, it is not an offer. That price tag is inviting you to consider whether to pay that, to buy that product or not at that price. So when you go to the counter, you are rather going to make an offer that I want to pay the 25 cedis on this product and take it home. Now, the attendant can decide to take the money. In that case, mean he has accepted the offer, or you say, no, we are not selling this product. Go and put it back. So if you go to shop, all the displays there, they are invitation to treat. It does not necessarily mean they are offering you the product. They are only inviting you to make a choice to go there to make an offer that I want to buy this, your product. And it's only when they accept, then there is a binding contract between you, the customer, and the shop. Okay, so it says, examples are advertisement, auctions, tenders, display of goods in a shop. So if people are doing advert on television, it doesn't mean they are making you an offer. They are just inviting you. So if you see somebody's car and then they have written for sale, maybe 50,000 Ghana cedis, they are not offering you anything. They are inviting you to go and negotiate to buy the car. So there's a difference between offer and invitation to treat. Now let's dig deeper so that we would appreciate this thing. So let's look at examples of offers and examples of invitation to treat. A typical offer, right, should be specific. So one is, I offer to sell you this car for 10,000 Ghana cedis. This is an offer because it is specific and is definite and can be accepted. So if I tell you, oh, Augustine, I offer to sell you my car at 10,000 cedis, it is either for you to accept or reject. Now look at the other one. I promise to pay you 500 Ghana cedis if you mow my lawn by Saturday. This is also an offer because it is specific and directed and definite. But look at invitation to treat. You see something like for sale, car, 10,000 Ghana cedis. It's not specific, it's not definite. You are selling the car to who? So it's an advertisement open to negotiation. So when you reach out to the owner, you are rather going to make an offer that, oh, yes, I'll pay the 10,000 and take the car. Then the owner will say, okay, bring your 10,000, take the car. Now, if you see something like lawn mowing services available, this is not an offer. It is an invitation for you to go there to negotiate further for the right terms. Again, let's dig deeper so that my professors will understand. So let's look at the difference between the two. One, an offer is specific and definite, while an invitation to treat is general and open-ended. An offer shows an intention to be bound, while an invitation to treat shows an intention to negotiate. In terms of acceptance, an offer can be accepted to form a contract, but an invitation to treat requires a further offer to be made. So you cannot accept an invitation to treat for it to become a contract. You rather accept an invitation to treat to go and make an offer or to negotiate. Okay, and there are cases back in this, offer and invitation to treat, and one of them is this one: Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain versus Boots Cash Chemists Limited. Please, if you have questions along the line, let me know. Okay. Some people are saying things in the chat. What are they saying? Okay. I don't think you are still fighting about the shop. Yes, Bright, I know you want to talk. I'll give you the opportunity, so relax. Now, in this case, what happened was that the Boots Chemist Limited is a pharmacy, okay? They displayed certain medicines on their self-service shelves in their store. Customers selected the medicine and took them to the cashier to pay. Now, the Pharmaceutical Society, upon seeing that, took the issue to court and argued that the practice constituted an offer to sell poisons without proper supervision, contrary to the Pharmacy and Poisons Act. So they feel that how can you put or display medicines and people will just go and pick it, come to you, and then they pay? Now, the issue was whether this display of the medicines on self-service shelves constituted an offer to sell or merely an invitation to treat. And professors, the court ruled that it was just an invitation to treat, because if the customers pick the medicine and they go to the counter, they negotiate that, oh, I want to go and use this medicine to probably deal with headache. So this is my money, take it and give me the medicine. Okay, so the court ruled that it was not an offer to sell, but a merely invitation to treat. So I hope professors are at least somewhat okay about offer and invitation to treat. Okay, great. Please, any question on offer an invitation to treat. So please, if you go to Melcom and they tell you that, oh, that's an old price, the new price is this, please don't go and fight because you lose the case. Or you still think that you can argue your case out. You see, that is why somebody will advertise his car that, oh, it's 5,000 Ghana cedis. You go and then you say, no, I'm selling it at 10,000 Ghana cedis. And you can't sue the person. Okay, because the person was just inviting you to come so that you negotiate. And that is why when you also go and the price that was initially displayed as 5,000, you negotiate and you get it at 3,000. The owner cannot sue you that you have paid him less, right? So you see that law is interesting. Eh? Please, any question? Bright, I think I'll give you the 1 minute remaining to speak to us. Prof. Bright.
I have nothing to say.
You haven't? Oh, is it that I made you lose your point or forget your point? Sorry about that. Okay. Please, any other question on what we have discussed so far? Offer, an invitation to treat, and the differences between the two. So note, offer is specific and definite. It's unequivocal, meaning that there is no ambiguity. It is straightforward. Okay, but invitation to treat is normally an open or general, invitation for you to go and negotiate. Okay. So professors, I think we'll continue in the second session. Please, my professors, will put the link on the page for you. But those who can join with the login details can do so for the second session. I think today I have my 4 professors. Please, I hope you continue doing this for me every day, every time. So let's meet in the second session. We'll share it on the page, so please go and check. Thank you.